Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode what's really going on behind the scenes. Get ready for a deep dive into Worthington Steel's latest shareholder meeting report. What's on the agenda for 2025? Let's find out. And hey, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below, so come join the conversation. So Worthington Steel is getting ready for their annual meeting of shareholders, and this document is packed with all the details you need to know about who's in charge, how they're getting paid, and what the company's been up to. First up, let's talk about the key players, the directors. They're looking to elect 3 new directors, and the board is giving them a big thumbs up. These guys, like John Boucher, Charles Chiappon, and Mary Schiavo, are nominated to serve for 3 years. They've got a history in business and leadership that the board thinks makes them a great fit. And continuing on the board, we've got folks like John Blystone, who's serving as the executive chairman, and Jeffrey Gilmore, the president and CEO. It's interesting to see the mix of leadership here with an executive chairman and a CEO. What's really notable is the board's independence. Almost all of their directors, 9 out of 12, are considered independent. That means they don't have major ties to the company that could cloud their judgment. This is a good sign for good governance, ensuring that decisions are made in the best interest of all shareholders. Now let's get to the juicy part everyone cares about, the executive compensation. Worthington Steel is all about paying for performance. Their executive compensation program is designed to attract top talent, keep them motivated, and most importantly, align their interests with those of the shareholders. Salaries are generally set a bit below the market median, but a bigger chunk of their pay is tied to bonuses and long-term incentives. This means the executives really have to hit their targets to earn big. For fiscal year 2025, we see salaries for the top executives. Jeffrey Gilmore, the CEO, earned a salary of over $1 million, with Timothy Adams, the CFO, earning around $480,000, and others like Klingler and Blystone earning in the $500,000 to $800,000 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 range. The real money is often in the bonuses and stock awards. For example, Mr. Gilmore's total compensation in fiscal 2025 was over $5.3 million, including his salary, bonuses, and stock awards. This shows how much of their pay is performance driven. They're incentivized to hit those EVA and adjusted EPS targets. Looking at the pay versus performance section is really insightful. It compares how much executives are paid to how the company performs. For example, we see how a $100 investment in Worthington Steel would have grown over the years compared to executive compensation. In 2025, that $100 investment grew to $115, while the compensation actually paid to the CEO was around $2 million. The gap between CEO pay and company performance is something investors always watch. When we look at the financials, things like accounts receivable, net, were around $324 million in fiscal 2025. That's not a number most people focus on, but it tells us about the money the company is owed by its customers. From an equity perspective, it's interesting to see the number of shares available for future issuance under their plans. As of May 2025, they had over 8.1 million shares available. This is important for future stock option grants and other incentive programs. This brings us to Proposal 2, the advisory vote on executive compensation, also known as Say on Pay. Last year, shareholders gave a big thumbs up to the executive compensation plan, with over 95% voting in favor. The company sees this as a sign that they're on the right track with their pay for performance strategy. Then there's Proposal 3, ratifying the choice of KPMG as their independent auditor for the upcoming fiscal year. This is a pretty standard vote, but it's crucial for ensuring that the company's financial statements are independently verified. Speaking of auditors, KPMG billed Worthington Steel around $123 million in fiscal 2025. Most of that was for the standard audit, with a small amount for tax services and other fees. The audit committee really oversees these relationships to make sure the auditor stays independent. They're also streamlining how they send out information to shareholders. They're using electronic delivery more, which helps cut down on costs and paper waste. You can opt in to receive all your shareholder materials online, which is a pretty smart move. And when it comes to setting executive pay, they look at a huge group of companies, about 845 of them, to see what's competitive. This helps them make sure their executive compensation packages are in line with the market. Now, looking at these results more broadly, Worthington Steel seems to be pushing forward with a clear strategy. Their focus on performance-based pay and board independence is a strong signal for good corporate governance. They're really trying to align executive interests with shareholder value. The competitive pay structure, while high for the top executives, is tied to company performance metrics like EVA and adjusted EPS. The fact that nearly all their directors are independent is a big positive, suggesting a commitment to oversight and accountability. Tacit reliance on a broad comparator group for compensation benchmarks is a solid approach, helping them stay competitive in attracting and retaining strong leadership. Alright, that's our breakdown of Worthington Steel's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think their pay-for-performance model is working? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. And don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.